LeBron James and Luka Doncic welcomed the Rockets into Crypto.com Arena, a pivotal game last night. Luka, though, he was getting in the flow during the pregame, hitting not one, but two of these rainbow threes. So you know he was ready.
Feeling good
for this showdown. Second quarter here. With the shot clock winding down, LeBron James one-legged three.
Just, he's having fun with the game. And it looked good. It looked fluid.
It's April Fool's. He's the king, but that was a gesture. A little circus shot there. And then a behind-the-back pass.
Oh, it was showtime. It was showtime in Crypto.com Arena yesterday.
Gabe Vincent, though, 6 threes in this game. Huge for them. And then Doncic going to work. An absolutely nasty crossover. Finds Dorian Finney-Smith in the corner. He hit 6 threes. Doncic putting Şengün on skates there. Finding Finney-Smith in the corner. Let's talk about Finney-Smith and Gabe Vincent a little bit. I don't know how sustainable this is. 6 threes made for each of them, Danny Green. Huge boost for LA.
No, their bench was amazing last night. And I don't know if they'll do that for a whole series, but they can give you 1 or 2 games.
Here's Doncic on his conversation with Finney-Smith about taking a couple more shots.
I just told him today, if you don't want to shoot it, I'll shoot it. Honestly, you can ask him.
And he said, okay, Luka, fine, I'll shoot it. Third quarter, LeBron James put him in a spin cycle.
Bully ball.
Lakers up 5 headed into the fourth quarter here, Perk. Now the Lakers up 4 is where we're going to pick it up. When you need a bucket, call LeBron James. No,
Dungeon work. He's too small. That's daddy ball. That's what I do to my sons in the driveway.
Looks the exact same.
Right there. It looked just like that too, Malik.
Kingston, make sure you hear that. Get that back. Right here, Jabari Smith Jr. sneaks in the lane for the mid-range. Cut the lead to 3 here. The Rockets not going away easily. Next Lakers possession, Doncic drives all the way to the cup for the layup. The Lakers lead up to 5 once
Turned the
again.
corner on that pick and roll with some speed.
And then just over a minute left, the Lakers up 5 here.
Amen Thompson, he's so damn special.
I'm serious. When you do a Eurostep, do you have to make that noise on the floor? I feel like that everyone
Just natural.
Yeah, right. Everyone does that a little bit. And then when the broadcast says blocked by James, you can't help but go back to 2016.
At the center position.
LA escapes with a crucial victory here. Here's LeBron James after the game on the Lakers' commitment to defense.
Defensively, we was very locked in with our game plan and our what we wanted to do. Like I said, team that won, I think 13 out of 14. They've been red hot, probably the hottest team in the NBA. And we understood that we had to key in on our keys defensively in order to win the game.
Limited them to 13 fast break points and 10 second chance points. Made them play in the half court. Our guys really competed on that. They left everything on. They emptied the tank. They emptied the tank on the defensive end. It was fantastic.
This was the Lakers defense that we had grown accustomed to seeing over the last couple of months. It had slipped away a little bit, but LeBron, let's talk about him. He's now gone 8 straight games without leading his team in scoring. That's the second longest streak of his career, his only longer streak. It happened earlier this season, and yet the Lakers are winning here. That's what happens when you have a Luka Doncic. You heard their voices, now you see their faces. Purple Rain, Danny Green, Kendrick Perkins, and my Nana's curtains.
It's called skin tone.
It's a nice jacket, though. The little gold leaf there, Perk. You know, a little switch up, looking fly, looking good. Let's talk about the balance that the Lakers have to try to achieve here, Perk, because we talked about how good their defense has been. Do you have to sacrifice a little bit offensively in order to get that defensive effort? What is the sort of thing that they're weighing?
Well, I think it's more so LeBron James sacrificing, right? We saw last night it wasn't one of his biggest scoring nights, but at the end of the day, he played the center position. Anytime you have a guy with that IQ, that can anchor your back line defensively, you got a chance, right? And we saw him last night on both ends of the floor. I saw him give up his body, and this is what makes LeBron James so special. When you look at this film right here, Malika, Danny, he sacrifices. Now you have LeBron James setting the screen for Austin Reeves. That short roll, look at the attention that he draws. Look at the eyeballs. Look at his options. Now look at this pass to the corner to Rui Hachimura for a wide open 3. Nobody could get there. And when you have LeBron, who, by the way, in that play, he could have called for the ball, hit the nail, and went straight isolation. But he said, you know what, I'm going to go set this screen short roll, and I know because of my ability of getting downhill, even at the age of 40, You still got to put these eyes on me, and now I got options and one of the best facilitators in the game.
And I want to point out the fact that you said the age of 40. I don't know if he can play the 5 position at the age of 40 for a 7-game series. I do like what he did last night, but they need to rely on their offense.
Right.
They need it. They need the big three to play well. They need to score. They need their bench. They need all hands on deck for them to have a chance against teams like OKC, against Houston. Houston shot poorly in that first quarter, and for most of the game, I don't think they'll do that for a 7-game series. So they're going to need their offense just as much as their defense.
Well, we talked about this. So keeping Houston off of the glass, that's where they thrive. And they were able to do that. The Lakers have been deploying lineups that don't necessarily have a traditional center because they've only really been playing Christian Wood as sort of their one center here.
Yeah, but
excuse me, I meant Jackson Hayes. Thank you. Christian Wood.
But here's the thing, right? The reason that it worked for the Lakers is because the reason that the Rockets are one of the better offensive rebounding teams is because they're one of the worst shooting teams. They ranked 25th in the league, so the Lakers knew that. If we take care of the boards, then our chances of winning are very, very high.
Jackson Hayes, my apologies.
No, you're good.
There. Thanks.
Jackson Hayes has.
Really appreciate that. Don't leave me hanging. All right, Perk, you ready to channel a little bit of Richard here? Maybe drop a button. Jason Tatum and Celtics. They're going streaking. So let's join them in Memphis. They were looking for 9 straight last night, of course.
Ain't no reason to feel like crazy. Like it always could be worse. You could be homeless.
We always appreciate perspective.
What?
That is an unbelievable. That's an interesting perspective.
I think
that's a crazy.
I mean,
crazy.
Why is that crazy? Not the quote, but more the concerns that you're seeing here for Memphis.
Well, first of all, the whole argument to be reevaluated, right? They built something from ground up. Had a contractor in place that was doing a hell of a job, laid the foundation, had the plumbing underneath, you know what I mean? And all they was doing was steady getting up the framework and doing everything else. And then all of a sudden, step by step, they started messing up this culture that they were building. It started off, you let go of Tyus Jones, you lose Dylan Brooks. And then all of a sudden, you fire Taylor Jenkins, who, by the way, probably didn't have a chance, right? People say, oh, it was maybe Ja Morant or, the offense or whatever. Think about this for a second. Malika, you host this show and you do a great job at it.
Until I start swapping player names.
One of the best in the game.
Thank you.
Imagine coming in here and you have no say on who your producers are. Who have your back, right? This is what Coach Taylor did.
Yeah, when they
the front office. The front office, we gonna hire your assistants. Every day he walk in the coaches meeting, they had a wire on.
Yeah.
He had no chance. So now you have to restart. And when you hear comments like, Desmond Baines and Jaren Jackson Jr. and Ja Morant, they look confused. They sound confused when it comes down to the firing of Taylor Jenkins. So I'm going to say right now for Memphis, this season needs to be a wash. They need to get back to the drawing board because it's time to do a rebuild.
It is.